All right, welcome back, everybody. It is your host with the most. Man, I checked on this brother's net worth, and there are two credible sites that are out there. One says that he is worth about $6 to $7 million in 2020. The other one says he is worth about $0.1 million in 2020. I don't know if it was the legal fees why his net worth reduced so much, because he was trying to pay these lawyers to keep his ass out of prison, but he got hit anyways, so they did a poor job. Or maybe he's hiding his money somewhere offshore, so after his prison sentence, he can come home to his millions. Anyhow, former San Francisco 49ers footballer player Dana Stubblefield has been sentenced to 15 years to life in prison for the 2015 rape of an intellectually disabled woman. Oh my goodness. This is according to the Santa Clara District Attorney's Office, right? Stubblefield is now 49 years old. He played in the NFL, had an illustrious career, all this other stuff, and ends like this. He was convicted in July following a 9-month trial. A jury found Stubblefield guilty of rape by force, oral copulation by force, and false imprisonment after having lured the woman into his home with the promise of babysitting work. Wow. The jury also found that he used a gun in the assault. Lured her into the home, said, "Hey, I need somebody to babysit. You know, you're going to the home of a millionaire, someone that's famous, some famous ex-NFL player, and you're stoked. Okay, so I'm going to go get to babysit the kids of a millionaire. You know, that's a good little gig, right?" She's intellectually disabled as well, so she was easy to convince. He preyed upon this girl, right? Lured her to his house, according to court papers anyways, I wasn't there, and used a gun, and was found guilty of rape by force, oral copulation by force, and false imprisonment. And he used a gun in the crime. No meant nothing to this defendant, said Deputy District Attorney Tim McNary. Based on his status, I think he was never held accountable for prior criminal behavior. Today, he was properly held accountable. Alan Sawyer, Stubblefield's attorney, disputes the jury's findings and said that we are as adamant as ever that Mr. Stubblefield is innocent. This is what they told CNN. Sawyers believes that the victim is not intellectually disabled and says that the evidence to prove it was excluded from the trial. So what his lawyer is saying is, let me finish the rest. Sawyer will file an appeal with the hope of reintroducing excluded evidence, urging additionally that holding a trial during a pandemic created an atmosphere that unduly impacted the jurors' decision. Stubblefield played in the NFL as a defensive tackle starting in 1993. When he won NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year with the 49ers. He would go on to also play for the Washington Redskins and Oakland Raiders, and he retired due to an injury shortly after being signed by the New England Patriots in 2004. He won the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award in 1997, made 3 All-Pro and Pro Bowl teams, and he won a Super Bowl ring with the 49ers in one of these Super Bowls. So this isn't somebody that just got into the NFL low-key, didn't really do anything, spent a couple of years and got out. He was at the elite top of the NFL. And I remember him. And now he looks messed up. In his case, though, something seems fishy. However, if this girl is saying rape and a gun was used to hold her in place so she couldn't move, to threaten her, and she was forced to do acts, and acts were forced upon her, then I don't want to be the one to victimize the victim. It is her words against his. His lawyer's argument is weak. His lawyer is saying that she is not really intellectually disabled. They making that up because it carries more weight. The story would sound very different if it was like, well, he brought her to his house because they met in the streets and they were talking and they liked each other, and he brought her to his house and they engaged in adult-like sexual behaviors. But it would sound different in court if they said, this is an intellectually disabled female who was lured, taken advantage of at gunpoint. Well, they went with the latter, and he got years, lots of years. He will have to serve 15 years to life in prison. You know what that means? That means you will do a minimum of 15 years, but you could actually be in there for life. Wow. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me who you think this is. I mean, not who you think this is. Go look up who this is. But tell me what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that they cornered him and railroaded him, or do you think that he is guilty of this crime? I'm out. Peace.